good listeners. Thanks again for tuning in to Sin's Workshop. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, today we're going to be talking about Comfort Me with Apples by Catherine M. Valente. Can I just say that this book blew my mind? It blew my mind. I can't even begin to express how much I love this book. So, when I first read this book, obviously I got a sense it was a retelling. And it is. If you look online, it does say that it's a retelling. But it is a retelling in the most unexpected way. I read the synopsis and I'm like, oh, this has to be a retelling of Bluebeard. And in some respects, it is. In some respects, it is a tale of Bluebeard. But, I don't want to say what it really is a retelling of because that kind of spoils the whole effect. So, this is going to be a hard one for me to review because, oh my God, that revelation, I was just like, holy shit. I kid you not. That was my instinct. I was like, holy shit. Wow. Just wow. That is what I thought when I first read this book, and I ended up reading it a second time. I read it once and then I read it again knowing what I knew, and then I was able to pick up on all those subtle references and double entendres, and I was just, this book's amazing. Valente is such a talented author. It's okay, so the book is, I guess, 3 parts. You've got 1 part horror, 1 part fantasy, 1 part mystery, thriller, domestic thriller to be precise. And I'm just like, what? Like, what is happening right now? What's happening? And it just blew my mind the way it was constructed, the way the pacing continued. And, it's not a very long book. It's only 103 pages. That's it. It's a really short, it's really sweet, it's concise. But oh my God, this book will flip you on your head. It'll just blow your mind because of how unpredictable it is and the way it's going. And when you see the revelations coming forth, I kid you not, your jaw will drop. My jaw dropped. That's why I had to read it a second time when I was done reading it, because I had to go back and be like, oh my God. There's some Greek mythology in there. I do like it. It has more to do with the creation of man with Greek mythology. Men, humans were created with, 2 heads and 4 arms and 4 legs, right? Until Zeus, afraid of their power, threw a lightning bolt and split them in half, right? So, those are your halves. And that's kind of alluded to in this story. You had one being and then it was split in half. And oh my God, it's just, you've got some Greek mythology in here. You've got some Christianity in here. You've got fantasy. You've got fairy tale aesthetic. You've got gothic. You've got horror. You've got mystery. Valente did everything in this book. She combined so many elements together, and you would think, wow, some of that Christian symbolism along with that Greek mythology, you would think it would clash, right? It does not clash. She is able to tie them together so perfectly that it's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowingly so well done. It keeps you at the edge of the seat, and there is this unsettling atmosphere. I mean, if you just look on the cover, it has that one-liner, everything is perfect. And you're like, okay, that sounds creepy. And then when the book opens, it doesn't really open with the protagonist. It opens up with the rules for the association. And already, you're getting the sense once you read, and I'll read this very, very, very first line. The following agreement is made this first day of the first month between the members of the Arcadia Gardens Homeowners Association, hereinafter known as the Association, and the title holders of 1 Cedar Drive, herein known as the residence and the property, respectively. That just, to me, when I read that, I was like, okay, this is weird. And then it keeps going. it keeps going. So I'm already getting sucked back into the book as I'm like trying to read it. It just keeps going, and it creates this kind of eerie atmosphere, and you're like, it's unsettling. It's very unsettling, and you don't know which direction the story is going to go, but the fact that it has that line on the cover, everything is perfect. You're like, okay, this is weird. This is unsettling. What the heck's going to happen? Along with the woman's profile and her face somewhat obscured by some, flowers and leaves. It is unsettling. You have to just applaud Valente for her execution in this writing. I mean, the atmosphere, that storytelling, everything comes together so perfectly. I can't stress this enough. It's such a perfect novel. I need to read more of Valente's work now because it's just amazing. It's amazing. It's so well done. It's so well constructed. It's mind-blowing. And again, for me, it was personally jaw-dropping. My jaw did drop when I was reading this. I was like, holy shit. And I said that out loud, I was reading this book in bed. And my husband's like, is everything okay? I'm like, honey, you have no idea what I just read. And I laid it out for him. He's like, that sounds like a lot. And I'm like, it was amazing. And I'm like, oh my God. It's just the fact that I just when I finished reading it, I was like, holy shit. That's the kind of retelling it is. It caught me off guard. And then I reread it. And it was amazing. And I was like, this is one of the most amazing pieces of works I have read this year. Hands down. 100%. One of the most amazing pieces of works I have ever read. I don't want to spoil it for you. I really think you should read it. I think it's amazing. I think you're going to be like, what the fuck when you read this? 100%. You're going to read it, and I think you're going to be like me, and you're going to go back and reread it again to look for all those hints that allude to what kind of retelling this is. Because it's more than just a retelling of Bluebeard. It is so much more than that. And just wow. Just wow. So I'm going to give Come From Me with Apples 5 out of 5 stars because it's freaking amazing and I loved it. So on that note, if you're going to go ahead and purchase the book, which I do highly recommend, please purchase the book from your local bookseller, online book retailer. If money's tight, do check out the book from your local library. And on that note, I hope you all will continue to support me here by liking this podcast, sharing it with all your book-loving friends, and subscribing to it. Again, Come From Me with Apples by Catherine M. Valente. 5 out of 5 stars. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And as always, happy reading.